What's up?
What would you ask you today if you were us talking to you for a third straight day?
Absolutely nothing.
Were you guys able to hone in and on the Cavs as far as film work and things like that?
Yeah, so today was our first true or real day of preparation for the Cavs. We had a great film session with the team, great discussion with the team, and put our keys up on the board for our guys and went over that stuff with them today before practice.
I know a lot. You can't stop with LeBron, but how helpful is it to roll multiple bodies at a person, kind of give them different looks throughout the game?
Well, I mean, he's one of the smartest guys I've been around, and so for him to get a steady diet of just one thing is going to bode, well for him. So you got to try to throw different bodies at him. You got to try to throw different coverages at him, but also understand that he's capable of going on big scoring runs himself, and he's capable of going on big scoring runs himself. And you can't get discouraged when he does. You just got to keep playing the game, and as long as you're trying to play within the framework of our rules, then you kind of live with it.
At the same time, Mike, how much Andre's obviously guarded him for a lot of years, going back to when he was in Philly, to have a guy who can throw him. He's not only that good a defender, but there's no played against him as long as he has. It's a nice asset to have.
Yeah, and not just that, but because he's done it so much, he can talk to other guys about it too. And so being the veteran that he is and being able to communicate the way he does, it makes it good for everybody on our team.
He obviously has played through most of the stuff in the playoffs. It must be nice for you too to be able to get a bunch of rest here before having to go into that series.
Yeah, Zaza had the heel thing going on, and with Andre getting banged up a little bit, it's good to be able to get these guys some rest during this time.
Do you see some similarities between what the Cavs do offensively and what you guys do offensively? They shoot a lot of threes as well.
Yeah, I mean, they like to space the floor. We like to space the floor. They shoot a lot of threes. We like to shoot a lot of threes. We like to play in transition. They do too, and especially as of late, they've gone small quite a bit. And, we like to go small. The one thing we feel like we can do, we have multiple guys where we can go big too. But there's some similarities, yeah.
Mike, LeBron James said the other day that he considers Kyrie Irving not only one of the best one-on-one players in the game today, but also the history of the league. Do you agree with that? And just what makes him so unique? Obviously, he's got a great handle, but there seem to be other components to that now, and he's been able to refine.
I agree with it, and it's his ability to score on all three levels with his quickness and his craftiness and all that other stuff combined. And there are a lot of guys that can shoot the three, but that's all they can do. There are a lot of guys that can dribble, drive, and finish at the rim. That's all they can do. Here's a guy that can shoot the three off the catch and shoot. He can shoot the three off the dribble. He has medium game pull-up. He has medium game floater. And then he can get to the rim. And when he gets to the rim, he can finish in traffic amongst 7-footers. And the way he puts English on the ball, thank you very much. How high he gets it off the glass when he needs to. All those things play into a factor of why he is one of the greatest one-on-one players of all time.
That was the hard part. How do you defend? How do you slow him down? How do you need rim protection in addition to your front line defense again?
Yeah, I mean, again, all great players, you got to try to mix up the coverages a little, every once in a while. If you give guys like that a steady diet of the same thing, they're going to figure out ways to beat it. And so we'll mix up coverages, hopefully mix up guys that will guard them, and try to force the action a little bit with him to make him as uncomfortable as possible. But you can do all that stuff and it still may not work with how good he is.
Defensively, we all know most people view you as a defensive first type of head coach. Would you say that's accurate portrayal
Of how people view me?
Or in your case, would you say that accurate portrayal?
It's like I'm a coach. Yeah.
Is that something that you talk about game game plan and scheming for putting multiple guys on LeBron? Is that something that like you just relish? Like that's a great opportunity for.
I mean, not just me. Our entire staff feels that way. That we don't want to give a great player a steady diet of one thing. If you can try to mix it up on them to hopefully keep them off balance a little bit or keep them guessing a little bit, then it's good for everybody. But that's not just a philosophy coming from me. All of our guys believe that.
How encouraging is it seeing Clay playing the defense that he's played the past couple of weeks, knowing that he's going to have a big load along the perimeter in this game?
I tell you, it's huge, Connor, because he's had some tough assignments if you think about it, and they've been different. They've been different from the standpoint that he's had guys that move without the ball. He's had the guard guys that get a lot of pick and rolls, like Lillard, and then he's had guys that get a lot of pick and rolls, move well without the ball, and receive a lot of screens without the ball in Patty Mills. So he's faced a lot of different scoring point guards, and he's done a fantastic job for us on that end of the floor. It takes a lot out of you to be able to chase guys around like that, play after play after play, especially in this environment when they're going to those guys to try to get buckets or to generate some sort of double team to help others get great looks. And so I take my hat off to him. And another thing that he's done very well is his dribble penetration game has been remarkable throughout the playoffs. And I know that's on the offense end of the floor, but I couldn't be happier with how he's helped us win games.
How have you seen Durant develop from the last time he was in the finals to now?
Well, I mean, I think it's part of a product of being with this team. One of the things that he does a lot better now than back then, he moves well without the ball. There was that stretch in San Antonio where, I don't know, he scored a ton of points, but it wasn't like he came down and just straight ISO'd. I mean, he cut back door and got 2 or 3 layups. And if you think about it, how many times have you seen him, at the top of the floor in the past, cutting back door, getting layup after layup after layup? And that's to me, that was unique. And so his movement without the ball has become a lot better. And I think just his overall understanding of when to set screens, when to slip screens, when to make cuts, how to help his teammates get better looks without having the ball in his hands has been something that you've seen him grow from the beginning of the year until now too.
Did you go back and look at the film of last year's finals, or having not been here for that? Did you go back and look at the film of last year's finals?
Yeah. Yes.
What were your general thoughts on the last 4 games?
I think Cleveland's a good team, and they got hot and they made shots. The shot that Kyrie made was a big shot. It's a difficult shot too. So they made plays down the stretch when it counted, and then there were a lot of areas where we made mistakes. I think there was a foul to 3-point shooter at a crucial time in the game, had a turnover at a crucial time in the game, and all those little things matter when you're playing against great teams, and Cleveland's a great team. They had fewer mistakes than we did going down the stretch, especially.
Did you watch the game?
Well, I watched them when I first got here, and then I watched 3 of them. I don't know, the past week and a half. Yeah. Steve watched all 7 games. Yeah, he watched all 7.
Seems like these are always a little bit rusty at
It seems like what?
a little bit rusty at the first half of the first game. After the long break, how you guys just keep warming up as soon as possible when the final starts.
We've tried to scrimmage as much as we can to stay fresh, and they're going through the same thing. They had just as much. They're going to have just as much time off as we did, and so you just tell them your keys. You watch film. You scrimmage as much as you can. You do drills to keep them going up and down so that their conditioning stays at a high level or at as high of a level as possible. And you go out there and hopefully you play with a sense of urgency to start the first half. Yeah. A lot.
What would be tough for you to feel side of the series and distractions, especially when you're back there and people are sure?
Maybe if this was my first time in this situation, yes, but it's been really easy for me. I just pass them on to Matt, one of our PR guys, and if they want to buy tickets, they'll give Matt their credit card. So.
What is the
Coach-
pressure level
Coach,
for you
beginning.
during the finals?
What's that?
What is the pressure level for you specifically during the finals? It's kind of like you go back to the finals, and then right now you're the team coach. What's the pressure level for you?
What's the pressure level for me? Like, do I have butterflies? Like,
It's like because back to the finals, you're back to the finals. Definitely a lot of pressure for the players, also for the coaches. But for you specifically, do you feel the pressure on your shoulder right away, or?
I have butterflies, but when you're sitting in the head coaching seat at any time, no matter if you're in the finals or in the regular season, there's pressure. There's pressure to win. And you just kind of take it in stride as it comes. I don't look at it as, oh my God, there's a ton of pressure on me. I don't know if that's what you're asking, but I'm excited. I got not right now because the game's so far away, but as we get closer to game time, I'll have butterflies. It'll be fun. I'm ready to compete just like they are, and all the players and all the rest of the coaches are.
That San Antonio series kind of took an emotional toll on Zaza, everything he had to deal with off the court. Are you kind of happy for him that he can move forward and kind of put that in his rearview mirror?
Yeah, anytime any bump in the road occurs, the sooner you can put it in the rearview mirror, the better. So, yes, yeah.
Coming into the season, there were some question marks about the defense and with the new players. About the bench and the new players coming in. How do you feel the bench is now going into the finals?
No, we like our depth. We feel that's one of the strengths. And, again, I've said it many times before, you got to give Joe Lacob credit. He went out and spent money and bought a second-round pick that turned into Pat McCaw. So you got to give Bob Myers and his group credit. Whose phone is this?
Probably his.
Is this yours? Hello? I was going to if there was a name there. I don't want to put him in a predicament that he may not be able to get out of.
Appreciate that.
Yes, no problem.
He has 3 phones.
He got 3. Ooh!
She's making that up.
I don't make stuff up.
3 phones. 2 phones. Okay. So, you got to give Bob Myers and his staff credit for going out and finding a guy and Pat McCaw that not many teams thought as highly of, for us to be able to go buy a pick and then draft him. And then, you give those guys credit, too, for bringing in a guy like Zaza, for bringing in a guy like David West, for keeping Sean and Andre and Ian, you give everybody. And then Steve gets a ton of credit because he played all these guys the entire year, and he gave them confidence. And, he gave them a rhythm, especially, at this point in the season.
You might have been after. You consider Zaza full go at this point?
Yeah, he's, the last couple of days we've done running, we've had scrimmages, and he's done everything. Yeah.
We've heard a lot about how Durant and his transition on the court with you guys, but how seamless was his transition in the locker room and just with the team?
Real easy. He's a phenomenal human being, and we have a lot of great guys on the team, and I don't think anybody was worried about that just because of the type of person he is and the type of people we have here. It was very seamless. Yeah.
I had one other question about Kyrie. Since you've been around.
About who?
About Kyrie.
Okay.
You've been around him. How much has he grown since the first time in the league? And is he equally adept in going either way on the dribble? let him win? It certainly seems like
He's got very few weaknesses. Yeah, he can go either direction. Obviously he likes the right side of the floor, but if you look at his numbers, his shooting percentages are almost identical on the right side as opposed to the left side. So I don't see many weaknesses in his game at all. He's just a very good player.
These guys who can drive the key, obviously Harden's good at it, Westbrook's good at it. It seems like Kyrie is almost an artist.
When you talk about Westbrook doesn't shoot the three like Kyrie. So not only that, Kyrie's pull-up game is off the charts remarkable. And James Harden, he's either going to shoot the three or he's getting to the rim. And so you have to prepare for one of those two things. With Kyrie, with how versatile he can score the basketball and with his ability to score from all three levels and go either direction, and it makes it tough. For the most part, you kind of have a feel for the other guys, what they like to do. That doesn't mean you can stop them, but you feel a little bit more confident in terms of what you're trying to do.